So over the last couple days, I've made a ton of videos for you all going over the fact that I believe that Bitcoin is going to see a really big move pretty soon that's going to impact the entire crypto market. Matter of fact, if we go look at my channel, I have actually talked about this move in the last 3 videos in a row, and I decided I'm going to just keep the gravy train going because we're talking about it again today because things are heating up. What you can see here is that Bitcoin is currently on the edge of a breakout. I mean, it's absolutely just teetering on that line, and I think that this breakout is going to happen sometime, again, extremely soon. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an update of exactly what you need to be on the lookout for and exactly what is happening right now. Now, for a quick TLDR, overall overview of what's been going on, what we've been paying attention to is the fact that Bitcoin is in what's called an ascending channel. Now, ascending channels are very easy to understand. They're channels, they're ascending. There's higher highs, there's higher lows, they go up, things feel good, but they're a little bit spooky. Now, the reason why they're a little bit spooky is because ascending channels have an over 90% chance of breaking to the downside, especially in the market in which we're in right now. Or, in simpler terms, it is very likely that at some point Bitcoin is going to go down. And by go down, I mean anywhere between 106 to 102 and possibly even as low as the mid $90,000 levels. Now, this isn't just my opinion. This isn't me even saying that that's what I think is going to happen. I'm just giving you the statistical data to say, hey, listen, this is what just normally happens. Okay. And so, of course, knowing that that is the case and knowing that that's a possibility that's been on the table, we have been tracking this thing like a hawk ever since this day right here, which was Sunday. Okay. So, over the last couple of days. On Sunday, I told you all, hey, listen, Bitcoin's going to need to bounce and it's going to need to bounce very soon. Because if it doesn't bounce and get off of this ascending level of support, guys, we're probably going to see this thing break down. I mean, look at what we've been seeing. We've been seeing the RSI consistently putting in lower highs as the price has been putting in higher highs. This is textbook bearish divergence. And the longer that we're in this channel, the higher up we go, unless we break out of this thing sometime soon. Again, it's very likely that we see the crypto market pull to the downside. And so with all of these things in mind, again, I told you all, I'll keep you updated as all this plays out and while things are playing out right now. So Bitcoin is in between two massive points. Okay, like fast forward to the modern day. Now that you have an update on what's been going on, okay, Bitcoin is caught between two very important points. The first point is to the downside, okay, in which obviously it is the ascending level of support that I've told you all about prior. Now, this ascending level of support is the only thing stopping us from seeing Bitcoin fall to 106,000, as low as 104,000, possibly as low as 102,000. I mean, guys, possibly as low as 95,000, okay? And if you don't think that's possible, go look at your liquidation maps. Go look at the 30-day exchange liquidation map. Look what we're seeing. I mean, $20 billion worth of liquidations built up at $95,000 or until $95,000. If you don't think that these lizard people are looking at this like it's just free food, of course they are. And this ascending level support is the only thing stopping us from seeing that move, right? And so, of course, it's a very, very important level of support. But to the top side, though, Bitcoin's running into a massive resistance zone, which is this micro golden zone. As you all know, I'm a firm advocate of the golden zones. And in this video, I believe it was one of these two right here. I actually had you draw your golden zone on. And I told you, listen, you need to be watching this golden zone extremely closely. And I gave you the coordinates of it, in which you needed to be looking at anywhere between 109.9 and 110.8. And guys, what do you know? After we made that video, Bitcoin's price comes all the way up directly to where? Directly to that golden zone and is now being rejected. We knew this was the resistance level before it was the resistance level because the golden zone is just that reliable. And so what you can see is now we have the golden zone, which is what's currently stopping Bitcoin from pushing up to 112, 114 to possibly even $115,000. And then we have, of course, the bottom side support zone, which is stopping Bitcoin from falling to 104 to possibly as low as $95,000. And so it's a very interesting thing that's happening right now. It is a real-time battle between the bulls and between the bears. Now, what does this mean for us? And what does this imply for crypto holders? Well, it's not particularly the best. I'm not going to lie, but let me just kind of just give it to you straight up, okay? Whenever you're in a situation in which you're trying to maintain support on top of an ascending level of support, you don't want to have a bunch of resistance sitting directly above you because it's just hard, right? Holding the support level on its own in general is hard enough. Trying to go up in an ascending channel is hard enough. And whenever you start running into major resistance levels like this and like this, where you're getting this high and this high and this high, it's just making it more and more difficult for the bulls to be able to push that price upwards. It's the reason why whenever you look at something like, watch, let's go to the 30-minute charts. It's the reason why when you look at the 30-minute charts, we're seeing this bearish divergence. Do you see how we have higher highs, lower highs on the 30-minute charts just from today, it's a sign that the bulls are really struggling here. They're really struggling to try to get Bitcoin's price upwards. And I'm not saying that it's impossible. And at some point, hey, we might just break through this thing, but it's becoming more and more difficult. And all that means and implies is that it's becoming more and more likely that Bitcoin's price does pull towards the downside, with its first pit stop being at $106.7 thousand. Okay. And so what this means for me personally is that, hey, okay, I need to start going into risk management mode here, right? I know the market's green, things feel good today, but the truth of the nature here and the truth of the situation is that we're in a bit of a pickle, right? We're in a bit of a weird spot. And if Bitcoin's not capable of breaking above this golden zone by Thursday, May 29th, we're going to see this ascending structure break down. And that is going to open the door for what could be capitulation across the entire crypto market, with Bitcoin possibly falling again as low as $93,000, $94,000, bringing alts down themselves anywhere from 15 to 20%, just of course, depending on what is happening when that pullback happens. Okay. That's becoming a much more higher likelihood. And again, I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm not even saying that's what I think is going to happen. I'm just telling you what the data shows. And in a situation like this, where we're running into a massive level of resistance that is holding the price down and rejecting it, it's just going to become more likely. So what do I do in order to protect myself in a situation like this? Well, as you can see over from in the school, I did go ahead and take a little bit of profits off the table this morning. I said I decided to go ahead and close down another 2% of my entire Bitcoin position in a profit. My current average cost on Bitcoin is now $33,000, and I'm still in profit of a couple 100%. My primary reasoning for closing this portion of my position is due to the battle that is being had within the current ascending structure. Bitcoin is really struggling to break this golden fib zone, and although it's not a guarantee, it just increases the chances of this thing breaking to the downside. So I'm going to continue to stack some cash from my portfolio and prepare my rotation into alts if the market allows. And if we do go ahead over to my Bitcoin buy sell bubble sheet, you can see that sell bubble coming in here, as I did take more profits. All of these red bubbles are when I've been taking profits. All of the green bubbles are when I had been buying. And as you can see here, we did an amazing job of scooping all of these lows, buying these green bubbles. And now, of course, we have been scooping those highs, taking profit consistently over the last couple months. And we're going to just continue to do that. Anytime where I feel like Bitcoin's either overextended or has a decent sized chance of pulling back, I am going to take profits off the table. That is my strategy. And I stick to that strategy no matter what, because it's the only thing that can stop me from making emotional decisions. Okay. It's the only thing that can stop me from making emotional decisions. So one thing, if you do want to start developing your own strategy, check out the school. Second thing, if you do want to see what I'm doing, Connor Kinney's doing, Aaron Bennett, our coaches, pro trade teams, and much more, to start building up your own strategies, the link is in the description down below if you want to go check out the school. Okay. So with that in mind, what's the summary of today's video? What's the general overview? I know I've said a lot today. What's the general overview? Listen, crypto's in a weird spot, okay? We have a massive level of resistance above us that's now stopping Bitcoin's price from trying to break to the upside. And it is crucial that if you're someone who wants to see Bitcoin go up by Thursday, we absolutely must be able to break above $110,858. I'm not saying that we might or that we should. No, I'm saying we need to. If we do not break $10,858 by Thursday, the crypto market is going to be in a position in which we could start to see red, we could start to see capitulation, and we could start to see things get a little bit ugly, at least in the short to midterm. Okay. And so that gives us roughly 24 to 40, no, a little bit 48 to 72 hours or so, roughly, to ensure that Bitcoin gets above this. Because again, if it doesn't, well, I think I had a pullback's on the way, and we'll just have to deal with that then. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not scared of a pullback. I hope you guys do understand this. I don't care if the crypto market pulls back, if I'm going to be blunt with you. The reason being is because, again, we've been taking these profits off the table for a reason. And the reason is that we want to rotate back into some of our lower, our lower performers, right? These alts, for example, that haven't really been giving us the best performance yet, but there is opportunity there, right? We want to start rotating into some of those alts, rotating into things like maybe even a Solana a little bit, a little tiny bit of ETH, even though I don't really like ETH, right? We want to start rotating. And so if the market dips, I get to start redeploying some of the cash that I've pulled from the market. So I'm not scared of this market dipping. I'm just telling you that that's what we need to be prepared for, okay? And so as this all does play out, of course, you guys know I will be here every step of the way, updating you on exactly what I'm doing and what I'm expecting. And all that I ask from you is to smash that like button. Now, if you are doing some trading yourself, I am going to invite you to check out the link to BTCC down below. Guys, if you know trading, you know how good of a deal this is. You can get up to $10,000 per user and enjoy up to 40% in lower trading fees. Again, any of you who trade a lot know how good of a deal that is. it speaks for itself. I don't need to break that down for you. So check out that link down below. Let me know what you think. And of course, don't forget, if you do want to start seeing more behind the scenes content on exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it, check out the link to the school down below. But watch this golden zone extremely closely. Keep a very, very close eye on how that plays out. And I'll be here sometime within the next 24 hours updating you on exactly what's happening. So, of course, don't forget again to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.